Why do our loved ones hurt us? This is an amazing question. I say that a lot. And you know why? Because I think every question is an amazing question. I've asked all these questions, and I wrote a list of questions that I've asked, or I've heard asked, and I take them from the comments and I write them down, and I meditate on these. And the ones that come up, the ones that feel really good, to send a tingle down the spine, to feel really good energy behind the question, or just something happens, right? And the instinctual, the gut instinct is to go after this question. So why do loved ones hurt us so much? And this is almost the center of every conversation I have with every person I know who's looking for just someone to listen. In this case, it's me. So they come to me and someone hurt them. Now, who could that be? A stranger? Not always. A loved one? Most of the time. Now, why did it have such a power to hurt us and love us and help us, right? Why is this such a paradox? And what is this all about? Well, why do loved ones hurt us the most? Well, because we're like open, right? Open around them. There's an openness in some cases, and for the good and the not so good. So when I throw you a curveball and hurt you, it hurts because the shields are down. They're not quite up, and that's just a way of being in life and loving a person and letting them in, right? So we love them, and all of a sudden they hurt us. They hurt us because it's just passing through the defenses of the mind in some cases. The mind says this person is someone we love and they love us, so we feel pretty safe here. This is a safe moment for us, and let's just hear what they have to say. And something comes out that is not to expectation, and there it is, the hurt happens. And you've been there, I'm sure. I've been there, I know. And people I've spoken to, people I've spoken to have been there too. So how do we work with this? I'll tell you what I do, and I'll tell you what I've been taught to do. I refer to A Course in Miracles all the time because it makes me so happy to tell anybody I know about it. I've had the great pleasure of volunteering for that organization, who maintains the Course in Miracles and who helps keep it current and keep it active and keep it moving, and just a wonderful group of people. And I mentioned this course so many times because in the work I've done in the course, forgiveness is the main theme of the course. And that goes for loved ones, it goes for strangers, it goes for people on the road, it goes for anything, an animal, just anything on this earth or beyond, right? And the loved ones are included in this, and maybe the most so, because they may have perceived something you did as a hurtful action and you didn't see it. So then all of a sudden they hurt you because they felt slighted or betrayed or something had happened. So what happens then? Oh, back and forth. There's a war now. Now we're at war. So who's gonna cease fire? Who's gonna raise the white flag? Who's ultimately going to overcome and look beyond this little issue or big issue? Who's gonna be the first person to cease fire? And this could be you. It could be you or it could be them. But I like to say it has to be me. I cannot guarantee or suppose or rely on the fact that they're going to be that person to do that. That doesn't make any sense to me because I cannot be sure of that. All I could do is say, I'm going to be the first person to try and do the right thing. I don't always do this. In fact, many times, for example, my wife is the first person to come forward, and she's just such a good communicator, so it helps a lot to have her here to openly speak about what it is that happened. So I'm very blessed to have that, because if people were silent, the fights grow and fester, and she's very forthcoming with this information, and that's been a very good teacher for me. So when this happens, try to act first in forgiveness, not in retaliation. And do the forgiveness inside first. You don't have to go speak to this person and say, I forgive. Maybe I'm not ready to do that yet. And I know I'm not all the time. But in the actions, in your manner and how you carry yourself, and try to crack a smile. I often put a frown on my face when I'm upset. My face goes like this, and she sees it and she knows it. And I get mad if she pulls it out. But boy, am I happy she does when the time comes and I realize that she was right and she saw it clearly, because she's witnessing what's happening over here, and I'm inside of all this story, and she's not. She helps to point this and pull it out of me and help me to kind of lighten up, which is nice. So the forgiveness, I act first in that way. I try, and if I don't, I try to learn when I don't, and I try to do it next time, and try again and try again and try again. Like riding a bike, I'm trying and trying and trying. Eventually I'll get it, and I'm getting it more. I'm staying balanced more, and this has been helpful because the fights have been less severe. I've been more present for them, and I'm hurt less because of a decision I'm making inside is helping push that forward. So why do loved ones hurt us the most? Let's review. They're the closest, they're the most trusted. We love them so much and we're open around them. And those are clear, obvious facts I feel, from some people. And some people it's not, that's fine. And what can we do to overcome this? Forgive if we can. If we cannot, work on forgiving. If we cannot do that, try to cease fire. This is just general advice that I've come across and the teachers have taught me that I'm then passing along to you. So I want to thank you, as always, for joining me today. And I will see you next time. Love you all.